I'm Kaiden Allenson, and I've decided to do physics of figure skating. Info about figure skating: it was invented or made popular by Jackson Haynes, and he was born in 1840 and died in 1875. The goal of figure skating is: in singles there's a short and technical round and a long and free round. In pairs it's the same thing, with a short and technical round and a long and free round. The point is to get the most points from the judges, which are often retired figure skaters. The sport has changed by how the new rules have been integrated into sport, like time limits and different styles of sport. They have integrated doubles and ice dancing as subcategories into the sport. The sport started out small as singles and grew. It was made popular by an American of the name of Jackson Haynes. He was the first to put dance moves into ice skating. After 24 years from that point, the International Skating Union was created. Then shortly after that, the first ever figure skating championship for men was held in 1896. Then later, the first ever women's figure skating championship was held in 1906. Then it became an Olympic sport 2 years later in 1908 in London, England. After that, figure skating has gotten really popular and has become something a lot of people know today. Speed. You can determine average speed by the total distance over total time. And it's used in the sport by the total time it takes a skater to jump and to take the total distance of the jump. Velocity is a certain speed in a certain direction, and acceleration is the final velocity minus the velocity initial over time. Velocity and acceleration affect the sport by velocity deals with the skate going in a certain direction at a certain speed so they can get a jump off right or a turn right. In acceleration, when they have to get a big jump off, they need to accelerate a lot so the jump is successful. Force, friction, and gravity. Force is a push or pull that acts on an object. Friction is a force of when two objects' surface areas touch and move past each other. Gravity is the attraction between any two objects because of their masses. Force, friction, and gravity affects figure skating by force being the thing that pushes the skaters, and friction is the contact between the skate and the ice. Gravity is the thing holding the skaters down when they perform a jump. They have to come down, and gravity brings them down. Is friction wanted in figure skating? Not necessarily, because ice is frictionless, basically, and so that lets them move around on the ice longer, and it's just better for them. Newton's first law. Newton's first law is if an object is in motion, it will stay in motion until an outside imbalanced force acts upon it. How does it affect the sport? It affects the sport by if a skater is moving in a straight line, it'll keep moving until gravity or an unbalanced outside force makes the skater stop. Newton's second law. Newton's second law is acceleration is produced when a net force acts upon a mass. How does it affect the sport? It is represented when a skate is accelerating on ice. It has to have a force put on the mass of the skate. Newton's third law is for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. How does this affect the sport? Well, it is represented when two people in doubles are skating around and then they push off of each other. They're both going in two directions, but they had the same action in the middle. And that's my works cited.